ground ball up the left side. Pass, rolling. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordheim goes back. Two will score. Here's the throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Monday afternoon from Cox Field in Castleton. This is Region 1 softball today between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. And this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, go online to IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com. The Central Cass Squirrels 12-3 on the season, coming off a comeback win over the Kindred Richland Vikings back on Thursday, 4-3. In that contest, Whitney Mitchell tied the game up with an RBI single, and then he had Natalie Fontaine in a pinch hit variety to deliver the game-winning hit to make it 4-3. Tori Richter went the complete game and picked up the win for Central Cass. Well, for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, they got a couple games in as part of the mid-season madness in Fargo over the weekend on the north end, going through some precipitation and weather, able to defeat Glenburn 10-1 and Downhart River 12-0. Their last Region 1 game back on May the 9th, a 6-3 win at Kindred Richland for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. Up next here for the Burros is going to be a very busy week. This is the final game for Central Cass in the regular season, and it's senior day where they'll honor 8 seniors. Well, for the Burros, they go up against 3 teams who made the state tournament a year ago. In the Central Cass Squirrels here today, they host the Thompson Tommies for a non-region contest, and the Burros senior night tomorrow night here on your live event at 7:15. Then they travel to Mayport CG on Thursday, and we'll have the Region 1 and Region 2 softball tournaments for you right here on your live event. Region 1 begins on Saturday in Kindred. Region 2 begins on Saturday in Thompson, and we'll have the Region 1 and 2 baseball tournaments as well. Baseball for Region 1 gets underway Thursday in Enderlin, while Region 2 gets underway Saturday in Mayville. We'll continue to keep you apprised of that throughout this broadcast as well. But we're going to take a quick break on our Irie Insurance pregame show. We're going to hear from Corey Erickson from the Burros, also Scott Koss from Central Cass coming up around the corner here in Castleton. It's Central Cass and Hillsboro-Central Valley in Region 1 softball on your live event.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
Trail District Health Unit is here to provide you with health and wellness services, including health education, blood sugar and hemoglobin screenings, blood pressure checks, vaccinations, free COVID home tests, vision and hearing screenings, home care visits, limited-term medical equipment, and more. Contact Trail District Health for information about childhood or adult immunizations and where you can get them. Call Trail District Health Unit at 701-636-4434. Trail District Health is here to prevent, promote, and protect.
Part of our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from Castleton between the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros and the Central Cass Squirrels. Joining us now is HCV head coach. That is Corey Erickson. And Corey, I kind of joked with Scott a little bit about this one. A couple weeks ago, you played him. It felt like maybe snow on the field, 32 degrees. Now you come out, it's 70, 80 degrees, and you need your sunblock on a little bit. A little difference in terms of playing conditions here today.
Right. It's 80 in the shade maybe. On this turf, it feels a little bit warmer than that. So I told the girls to drink plenty of fluids on the way up here, make sure they don't get dehydrated, but we'd much rather be playing in conditions like this than a 45-degree rainy day, that's for sure.
And then you're going up against 3 teams that all made the state tournament a year ago. Today here with Central Cass, tomorrow with honoring the seniors at home against Thompson under the lights, then traveling to Mayport CG on Thursday. From a coaching point of view, how do you hope this propels you for what you're going to see Saturday and then potentially throughout the rest of the postseason here, Corey?
I was really happy with our kind of out of region schedule here this year. We didn't get to play West Fargo Cheyenne on Friday, which I was kind of disappointed about, and Deluxe Burlington, we weren't able to play that one just because of the field conditions that night at the North Complex. So, it was disappointing not getting to play those games, but, with Mayville coming up on Thursday, Thompson coming up on Tuesday, and then this game here today, we're going to be facing good pitching, good defense, good hitters, so we're hoping that we can build from that into the region tournament coming up on Saturday. And if we can pull some wins here today through this week, if we happen to make it to the state tournament, might increase our seeds, our seeding there. So important games, even though today with the rankings, it really doesn't matter one way or the other with a win or loss today.
Mentioning Central Cass is automatically the one, you're automatically the two going into the region tournament, and you might see them again in a week here, Corey. So do you hold anything back? Do you change anything, or is it, hey, give everybody an opportunity and see kind of where the, so to speak, dice fall where they may here today? Yeah,
we're going at this to play our best and to get our starters lots of at bats here today, lots of chances to make to build here through this week. So we're not just writing today off or treating it like an exhibition or anything like that. At the same time, holding back. We're not throwing Serena here today, which is more just a strategic decision for the rest of the week. And with this game, win or lose, not really meaning a whole lot. There's no sense pitching her when we may have to face them in the region tournament in a week or so. So it's, like I said, more strategic. Setting us up for the rest of the week here than shaking this game lightly, I suppose you could say.
Final thing for you are pitching Megan Ensign in the circle to start with. So what do you want to see from her against a really good traditional offense from Central Cass at the plate?
Yeah, when she pitched against them, she came in and pitched, I think, 2 innings against them last time we played. And, she didn't pitch bad. She was getting their hitters out on their front foot. I know that they'll make adjustments, so we really need to move the ball around and get them swinging at some of our pitches. She doesn't throw super fast. She was pitching pretty well against Glenburn on Saturday, but we need to really change speeds and hit our spots a little bit, and then just play some solid defense behind her. If she gets into trouble or anything like that, we have 2 freshman pitchers that we'll bring in here today. Everyone's going to warm up, and out of them, I'm just looking for building confidence coming into next season when we won't have Serena. We're going to need to get people some more experience facing number 1, number 2 teams in the state, because that's just what our region is full of.
As always, Corey, thanks so much for your time and best of luck today here in Castleton.
Thank you.
Corey Erickson, head coach of the Burros. We're back after this on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
Okay.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from Castleton, it's the final game of the regular season for Region 1 between Hillsboro-Central Valley and the Central Cass Squirrels. Joining us now is Central Cass head coach Scott Koss. And Scott, before we talk about the seniors here, let's recap what happened last week on Thursday in Kindred. A really nip-and-tuck game, 2 really good pitchers with Tori Richter and Danica Rath in the circle. Down into the 7th inning, you score 3 runs. What did you see from your team in comeback form to beat the Vikings on the road by 1?
Well, that's like the second second or third time we've had to come back late in a game, and so I like to see that. You know, we talk about never giving up and never you're always still in the game as long as you got another out to go. So I like to see that. I especially liked, I had a couple of underclassmen that came through at the end there, and it was good to see them contribute in a clutch situation like that.
You mentioned the two underclassmen with Whitney Mitchell and Natalie Fontaine. Let's first talk about Whitney. She had a couple singles in that game as well. How have you seen her progress throughout the year?
Yeah, she's getting better and better at bats every game. I think, you know, beginning of the year, she hit a couple home runs the first night, and then she went into a little bit of a slump, and now the last couple of weeks, she's really hit the ball well. Had good at bats, not chasing bad pitches, so I like what I see there.
Then Natalie Fontaine, to have someone who comes in a pinch hitting situation in the 7th inning and able to make one really good contact and just stay through the zone. What did you see from her in that appearance?
Yeah, Natalie, so one of the things we've noticed in the JV games and in practice, Natalie's hitting the ball really well right now, and she's seeing the ball well, so I just got to work hard at getting her at bats because she's going to come through for us as well.
Senior day here, there's 8 seniors that you're going to honor, Scott. Again, we could probably take 5 minutes on each of them and what they meant to the program, but as a whole, what has this senior class meant to Central Cass softball?
Well, what an awesome privilege to coach this group of girls. I mean, I've had them for 6 years, all of them now, all 8 of them for the last 6 years. You know, they've been part of, I think, 4 state championships and 4 region championships, and over 100 wins among them, and man, they've just been it's my largest senior group ever that kept with it for the last 6 years, and I'm really going to miss them.
Final thing for you, go up against Hillsboro-Central Valley. A little different playing conditions. It was almost snowing, I think, in Hillsboro. Now that you need the sunblock out here, Scott. But what are you going to go up against HCV? What are they going to present as a challenge with the Corey Erickson coaching team?
Corey's done a really good job this year. I think they had a little bit of a rougher year last year. And now this year, you know, they're going to be the 2nd or 3rd team in the region. They're winning games outside of the region as well. They're going to pitch well. They're going to put some runs up on the board, and they're going to swing the bats well. And so we're going to have to come to play tonight.
Scott, as always, thanks so much for your time and best of luck against the Burros.
Thank you, Chase. Thanks for covering.
Scott Costigan with us here on the pregame show. We're back after this in Castleton.
Hi.
The Halstead Living Center, Heritage House in Halstead, and the Normandy in Twin Valley present an atmosphere that is calm and comfortable. Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, they offer a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care, including senior living with services, skilled nursing care, rehabilitation care, respite, hospice, or adult daycare. Get more information by going to halsteadlivingcenter.com or call 218-456-2105.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime values such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family-owned and farmers first.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, theater, music wing, early childhood center, wellness center, and athletic complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
The City of Hillsboro welcomes you to town, conveniently located halfway between Fargo and Grand Forks. Shop for your personal items, farm and business supplies at our local stores. If you're looking for a new home or a working job, check out the opportunities in Hillsboro and see what the community can offer you and your family. The City of Hillsboro congratulates the area graduates on your achievements, and they wish you all the best in your future. They hope that you'll carry pleasant memories of school days and graduation time for the rest of your life. Congratulations and best of luck, graduates, from the City of Hillsboro.
On our Bank North scoreboard here on YourLiveEvent.com and on our Irie Insurance pregame show, this is Region 1 softball from Castleton between the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros and the Central Cass Squirrels. This is the final game of this regular season for both of these two teams as we get you ready for this contest between the Burros and the Squirrels. Hillsboro-Central Valley, they will be the number 2 seed going to the Region 1 softball tournament on Saturday. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they will end up being the number 1 seed. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's the starting lineups here as we get you set for this contest between the Burros and the Squirrels. This is Region 1 softball on YourLiveEvent.com.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsboro location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they work the land. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsboro.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, Swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
As we come back here, that does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. Again, for more information, go online to IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com. Let's get to our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups. Live the sweet life with American Crystal Sugar Company. They will go like this for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros and alongside the Central Cass Squirrels here in this one. Hillsboro-Central Valley, the Burros, and the Central Cass Squirrels. This kind of a game is more of almost not a true exhibition game, but whether you win or lose, it's not going to matter what happens in the Region 1 tournament moving up on Saturday in Kindred. So Hillsboro-Central Valley, their main pitcher, and Serena Closey, she'll be the designated player today. So Megan Ensign is going to be in the starting position. And also difference between the Burros and the Squirrels, it's the final game of the regular season for Central Cass until Saturday. Well, for the Burros, it's a busy week. A game today. They host Thompson Tuesday, at Mayport CG Thursday, and then right into the Region 1 tournament on Saturday. Peyton Quam, the sophomore catcher, will be batting leadoff. Kaylee Kittleson, the shortstop sophomore, batting second. Serena Closey, the designated player, batting third here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. You have Ellie Weiss, the senior third baseman, batting cleanup. Danielle DuBois, the junior first baseman, batting fifth. Kritzberger, the freshman center fielder, batting sixth, with Jorah Leesberg batting seventh here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Megan Ensign, the sophomore pitcher, is batting eighth. You have Morgan Potasic, the sophomore second baseman, batting ninth, and Catherine Onis in right field, the junior, is batting will be in the flex position today for the Burros. So again, Quam, Kittleson, Closey, Weiss, DuBois, Kritzberger, Leesberg, Ensign, Potasic, and Onis here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. In the field for the Squirrels, you have Sherwhite in left, Severson in center, Nelson's going to be in right. Behind the plate is Wixo, Sinner at third, Fletchock at short with Mitchell at second and Prochnow at first. Tori Richter in the circle today for Central Cass. Scott Koss, the head coach for the Squirrels, while Corey Erickson is the head coach for Hillsboro-Central Valley. We'll take a break when we come back after this. It's the first pitch from Castleton. That does it for American Crystal Sugar starting lineups. It's the Burros and the Squirrels. It's Region 1 softball next on your live event.
The Halstead Living Center, Heritage House in Halstead, and the Normandy in Twin Valley present an atmosphere that is calm and comfortable. Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, they offer a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care, including senior living with services, skilled nursing care, rehabilitation care, respite, hospice, or adult daycare. Get more information by going to halsteadlivingcenter.com or call 218-456-2105.
The Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts congratulate the seniors on your success and wish you well in your future endeavor. To this year's graduating class, we encourage you to step into your future and the unique, inspiring gifts that only you can give. Congratulations from administration, staff, and other students at the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts. To all students, parents, and families of the Hillsboro and Central Valley Schools, thank you for a great year.
A gorgeous day for high school softball here from Koss Field in Castleton between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure throughout the week you tune into both the Region 1 baseball and softball tournaments and also the Region 2 baseball and softball tournaments. Opening pitch at 4:37 as we get this one underway is missed for a ball to Peyton Quam. So Quam, Kittleson, and Closey here, 1, 2, 3 for the Burros. Tori Richter, the ace in the circle for Scott Koss in the Central Cass Squirrels. The 1-0 offering is popped up and hit down the first base line. We'll see if it stays in play. Nope, a couple feet out of play for the first strike here for Tori Richter. Tori taking a look back at what she was able to do on Thursday in comeback fashion. She went the complete game, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts in that game, in their complete game win for Richter against another team clad in blue in the Kindred Vikings. That one in Kindred. This will run inside for a strike to Quam. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here, the leadoff batter for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Richter looking for the strikeout. The 1-2 offering is going to be laced up the first base line, but that'll be foul. Hillsboro-Central Valley locked in as the number 2 seed entering the Region 1 tournament on Saturday. Well, for Central Cass, the Squirrels, they are the number 1 seed looking to go through the region unblemished. Last time these two teams met, it was nearly snowing at the end of April in Hillsboro. The 1-2 pitch will miss out of the zone, now 2-2. Central Cass won that game 11-3 back on April the 27th. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with Peyton Quam. Richter, this one is hit in the air. A line drive shot that'll fall right in front of Severson. Rounding first on her way to second is going to be Quam, and she's in there with a leadoff single and then a little bit of the air there in center field will allow her to scamper to second base. And right off the bat here for the Burros, they have someone in scoring position with their first runner. So one hop Severson, then that hop Severson just unable to keep it right in front of her to allow Peyton Quam to get to second as Kaylee Kittleson, the sophomore shortstop, will step up to the plate. She looks to bunt. This one comes back. Going to third base here is going to be Quam. And that is going to be a strike here to Kaylee Kittleson. So Kittleson brought the bat back, and as she did, Wixo just able to see that one come in cleanly, in which will allow Peyton Quam to scamper down to third base. This is something Scott Koss said. The Burros are going to put the ball in play, and they'll get base runners on throughout the game. And they do it right away here with their leadoff batter. And something that Corey Erickson mentioned in our pregame show was, yeah, we're not maybe putting our ace out there in Serena Closey, but it still is going to be a lineup that we're going to hopefully see find a way to make it to the state tournament this season. As this is missed at 1-2, the Burros have made it to state 3 times in 2012, 17, and 2019. And they got the team this season to try to get through a competitive Region 1. As this is fouled back to the screen now, as we'll handle it still with a 2-strike count. But the Burros will be the 2 seed, and Kindred Richland will be the 3 seed entering the Region 1 tournament coming up on Saturday in Kindred. Here's the 2-2 offering. Swung on a miss, and Richter gets her first out of the afternoon. One down now as Closey will step up to the plate, the senior designated player. Also going on today, Northern Cass and Enderlin, and then Northern Cass will play Hankinson Co-op tomorrow to close out the Region 1 portion of the regular season. Maple River this year playing a mostly junior varsity schedule, and they will play that playing game before Saturday. The Raiders, the automatic 7 seed. Here's the 0-1 pitch in the dirt, but blocked by Wixo here and able to keep it in front of her up the third base line. So we'll have it at 1 ball and 1 strike. Northern Cass and Enderlin kind of fighting for that 5-6 spot, and then Hankinson looks to be well in control of that number 4 spot entering the tournament. Here's the 1-1. That'll miss outside for a ball now at 2-1. The 2 big positions to try to nab entering postseason play in Region 1 softball is the 1 and 2 seed as you kind of get a game farther in the round of the tournament, as this one is fouled back at 2-2. Games get underway at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning in Kindred for 4 games. Then you get to a couple of the loser out games and semifinal that allows you to get to the championship later on Monday night. This one will miss. A little change up there from Richter. Now at 3-2, Tori heading to Mayville State coming up in the fall for collegiate volleyball. She'll also take part in the Optimist Volleyball Series a month from now on your live event. 3-2 pitch is hit on the ground right to the first baseman, Procknow. She'll go 3 unassisted, but a run driven in does do the damage with Closey able to put that one in play. Quam comes in to score, and for the first time today, we have a new score on our Bank North scoreboard. It's 1-0 in favor of the visiting Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. Coming to the plate now is going to be Ellie Weiss, the senior third baseman. So a leadoff base knock followed by an error will allow HCV to get a run driven in there from Closey. 1-0 pitch is hit in the air, and that's up the short right field. The second baseman there, Mitchell, comes on to grab that one to retire the side on 2 pitches. But the damage is done. 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error and nobody left on base. New score on our Bank North scoreboard as we go to the bottom of the first inning. It's the Burros up by 1.
You can trust the pros at Hillsboro Body Shop to make your vehicle look as good as new. Cars, pickups, trucks, semis, Ben and Tyrell at Hillsboro Body Shop can do the work. And Hillsboro Body Shop is also the place to repair your windshield. Don't wait to get that pesky chip repaired. Ben & Tyrell can replace that glass the same day. Call Hillsboro Body Shop at 701-636-4981 and put Ben & Tyrell's combined 30-plus years of experience to work on your vehicle. Hillsboro Body Shop, 701-636-4981.
Hillsboro Dairy, with delivery of fresh dairy products and more to your home door. I've had Hillsboro Dairy delivering cold, fresh dairy products and other items to my door for years. 3 main reasons why. It's the convenience, the products are fresh, and the delivery service from the Udder Guy. Nobody does it like the Udder Guy. Every week, we get to see Teak. Please call him at 701-436-5877. Delivery right to your door from Hillsboro Dairy.
Bottom of the first inning we go. Hillsboro, Central Valley, and Central Cass here on our Bank North scoreboard. For more information, go to ibanknorth.com. Proud member of their communities and a member FDIC. Again, that's ibanknorth.com. Chase Miller with you here from Castleton. We'll see what the Central Cass Squirrels can dish up here as their first time through against Megan Ensign for Hillsboro, Central Valley. So Richter, Fletchock, and Prochnow to start things off here against Ensign in the circle. First pitch swinging is Tori Richter, got jammed, but able to get it out in front of Kittleson. Stopping it there is Kritzberger. Here's the throw, comes in as Richter takes a big turnaround first, and she will be on one pitch, one hit here for Central Cass. Kittleson was playing a little shallow as Richter was able to fend that one enough off the hands and into short center field. So Grace Fletchock again batting second with Prochnow third. Taylor Severson is fourth. Katie Sinner fifth, and Aspen Preen, the designated player, batting sixth. Looking at bunting this one, actually, will it hit her? Yes, it will. It's going to hit Fletchock as she will go to first base here. As now you have runners at first and second. So Richter into scoring position. Whitney Mitchell, the second baseman, batting seventh. Paige Wixo, the junior catcher, eighth. Camry Nelson, ninth. And then Sophie Sherwhite, the flex, in left field. This one will be in there for a strike to Prochnow, now 0-1. Weiss at third with Kittleson at short. Potasic at second base and Du Bois at first with Quam behind the plate here for Hillsboro Central Valley. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one is hit down the left field line, and that one's got some room, and that's going to be in there for a base knock. Richter rounds third on her way to score. It's a RBI double here for Mickey Prochnow, and just like that, we're tied at one apiece. So 3 batters up, 3 batters on, and coming in to score here to boot for the Central Cass Squirrels. So Richter comes in, run driven in on the way for Prochnow, who's has a double. And now it's Taylor Severson, so tied up quickly for Central Cass. This one swung on and missed, now 0-1 to Severson. So the RBI double here again for the Squirrels of Prochnow, looking to go unblemished here in Region 1 play this season. 12-3, 9-0 in the region, as this will miss low for a ball at 1 ball and 1 strike. The senior that's really been the thoroughbred for the Burros, well, that's been Serena Closey, but again with a busy week. Corey Erickson deciding to give their number 2 pitcher the start today as this one is slashed over the right fielder in Onis. 1 run's coming in Fletchock. Prochnow on her high horse going to come in, and you'll have a bases clearing triple here for Taylor Severson to make it now 3-1 in favor of Central Cass. So the Squirrels are missing on your team cycle card right now is a home run. And speaking of home run, Katie Sinner has the power to drive a couple in. Swung on and missed. The infield will try to cut the run off at home here for the Burros. Leesburg in left field and Kritzberger in center here for Hillsboro Central Valley. No balls, 1 strike on the way for Ensign to center. This one is lashed down the left field line. That's going to be in there for a base knock. Cutting it off as Leesburg. Center makes a hard turn. She's charging for second, and she's in there with a sliding RBI double. Corey Erickson's going to come out here and talk it over with his pitcher. The first 5 batters have reached via single, a hit by pitch, a double, triple, and a double. And so far, it's 4-1 in favor of the Central Cass Squirrels. On a senior day where the Squirrels are honoring 8 seniors. And so far, Richter, Prochnow, Severson, and Sinner have done some damage here for senior leaders. We have Severson with the 2 RBI triple, followed by the Sinner RBI double. Aspen Preen, the freshman designated player, will step up now. With a runner in scoring position at 4-1. Good-looking bunt as Vicesa comes across and unable to handle that one quick enough. So Aspen Preen with a bunt single here. And all of a sudden 5 hits across for the Squirrels and nobody out with Whitney Mitchell, the second baseman here, who went 2 singles with a run scored and the game-tying run driven in at 3-3 against Kindred Richland on Thursday. Ensign looking for her first out. There goes the runner. Going from first to second is going to be Preen as she scampers in there with a stolen base. So you'll have runners now in scoring position on a 1-0 count on the way here to Whitney Mitchell. The Squirrels with a crooked number so far here in the first. This one going to be fouled back. Now it's just a matter of how big can the damage can be for Central Cass and for Corey Erickson and the Burros. How much can you minimize the damage here against the Squirrels? Burros over the weekend were busy part of the midseason madness, defeating Glenburn and Hart River by a combined score of 22-1 in those 2 contests. Nice off-speed pitch. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes on the way to Mitchell. Runner at third base again is Sinner. Preen at second to the 7th batter in the lineup here for Central Cass in Whitney Mitchell. The 1-2 pitch from Ensign. This one is scalded into right center field as that's going to split the gap. Center comes in to score from third. Aspen Preen is being waved around. Going to third base here is Whitney Mitchell, and she has a 2 RBI triple, and it's 6-1 in favor of the Squirrels. Good inside out swing on the way there by Mitchell. That'll be the second triple of the inning. 2 runs come in here for Mitchell as well on the run driven in, as Preen and Sinner come in to score, and the Squirrels have now put some breathing room out in the first inning. Paige Wixow, the junior catcher, swung on and missed now at 0-1. As the Squirrels are getting extra base hits here in the top of the first. No balls, 1 strike on the way here to Wixow. Swung on, now 0-2. 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 singles, and a hit by pitch for Central Cass. No balls, 2 strikes on the way here to Wixow. Camry Nelson on deck, the number 9 hitter in the order. The 0-2. Hit on the ground up the third base line, but that'll be foul. And we'll have the 0-2 offering all over again. The Burros with the 1 run across with a closing run driven in the first inning. They'll send their 5, 6, and 7 batters up in the top of the second. But the Squirrels right now getting out in front early here against Hillsboro-Central Valley in Castleton. The 0-2 offering from Ensign. This will miss on the inner part of the plate now at 1-2. Hillsboro-Central Valley looking for their first out here in the bottom of the first inning. The 1-2 check swing. Did she go? Yes, she did. And there's a strikeout for Ensign. So Ensign gets her first strikeout of the afternoon. As now the Squirrels will send Camry Nelson to the plate. Runner at third base is Whitney Mitchell. Swung on and missed. Now 0-1 to Camry Nelson, the senior right fielder here. They will honor the 8 seniors in between this game and the JV contest here from Cosfield a little bit later on today. Here's the 0-1 offering. This one is hit, and that'll be over the press box now at 0-2. So for softball fans, Saturday, make your way to Kindred. Monday and Tuesday also at Kindred. We'll have the games if you're unable to make it on yourliveevent.com. And then the state softball tournament up in Minot, June 1st through the 3rd. The 0-2 offering and back-to-back strikeouts here for Megan Ensign. Really got that off-speed pitch working pretty well and able to locate it against Wixo and Nelson. Now it goes back to the top of the order, and Tori Richter coming to the plate. A single to start things off for Richter came in to score earlier in the inning. First pitch swinging, that's going to be a two-hopper right to Kittleson. Kittleson goes across, and that's going to be an RBI single here for Tori Richter. Coming in to score is Whitney Mitchell from third base, and it's 7-1 in favor of Central Cass. So 2 outs now with a runner at first is Richter, who gets her first run driven in here today. Now it's Grace Fletchock. Richter, we'll see if she runs at first. There she goes. Swung on and missed. The throw down. They might have her. And they got her. They apply the tag. Ping Quam to Kittleson, who swiped Richter enough as she slid into second base to retire this side. But not before the Central Cass Squirrels put 7 runs on 7 hits across the board here on our Bank North scoreboard in the bottom of the first inning. We'll go to the top of the second next on your live event.
The Hillsboro Vets Club welcomes you for Broasted Chicken Saturdays, 5:30 till 7:30. Fries and coleslaw along with delicious broasted chicken. It's the best chicken I've ever had. Roasted chicken, dine in and take out at Saturdays at the Hillsboro Vets Club. And remember, appetizers and so many other fun activities at the Hillsboro Vets Club. Good luck to the Hillsboro-Central Valley Boroughs from everyone at the Hillsboro Vets Club. And they thank you for all of your support with the Hillsboro Vets Club. The Norman County Fair, June 21st through 24th, Ada, Minnesota. Monty Thomas Carnival on the Midway. Racing, ag education, free family Friday, free music, youth day, senior day, hypnotist Freddie Justice, wrestling, parade, tractor show, food, games, fun, 4-H, FFA. For a complete schedule of events, visit normancountyfair.com. Join your family, friends, and neighbors. Everyone's going to be there. Where summer begins and the fun never ends. The Norman County Fair, June 21st through 24th, Ada, Minnesota.
Top of the second inning we go. Central Cass with 7 runs across the board in the first. Hillsboro-Central Valley with 1, but right now the Central Cass Squirrels able to come out early and often and really time up Megan Ensign pretty well there, who did a better job of finding the strike zone a little bit later on in the half inning. Danielle DuBois, you have Kritzberger and Leesburg due up here, the 5, 6, and 7 batters, as this will miss for a ball with Tori Richter on her for her second inning of work, now at 2-0. So if you're the Burros right now, some work to do in front of you. Again, this is a kind of week for Hillsboro-Central Valley that they would see if they are to make state this season in terms of the quality of competition. Beulah's looking really good right now. The Miners, Renville County, both teams that made it to the semifinals a season ago are going to be problems out west once you get to state. 2 balls and 2 strikes more than likely if those 2 teams both respectively advance. Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark is another team that has made it to state a ton here in recent years. 2 ball, 2 strike on the way for Richter. This one's going to be hit to the second baseman. A little 2-hopper that goes right through the glove of Mitchell, and climbing aboard will be DuBois, and then she'll get all the way to second base on top of it. So she'll reach base on the air, and DuBois is in scoring position. Tough one there for Mitchell. Just kind of came up on her as she was trying to put the glove down, almost hit more of the heel of the glove. But for the Burros, back-to-back starts of an inning where they have a leadoff runner in scoring position. Now it's Kritzberger, the freshman center fielder, will step up to the plate. Here's the pitch. That'll miss for a ball. Now 1-0. Paige Wixo behind the plate here for the Squirrels. Region 1, the 3 teams that have really solidified themselves from the pack, 2 of them playing here in this one, as Richter misses outside now at 2-0. Central Cass, Kindred Richland, who the Squirrels beat by 1 run earlier this season here in Castleton and back on Thursday in Kindred. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That'll miss outside for a ball now at 3-0. and the Burros. So those are the three teams that have really put themselves out in front. Hankinson last year beat the Squirrels in the Region 1 softball tournament, as this will miss for a ball. Kind of shook things up a little bit. Central Cass would go on and win the state championship regardless of that loss, but double elimination once you get past the 6-7 game in that play-in, so you have a bad game or maybe someone just really is in rhythm in the circle. As this is going to be a great bunt. Richter fields it, able to go across. Mitchell covers there, so it'll be 1-4 on the putout. As Du Bois goes to third base, Kritzberger now in scoring position, as she's going to be at second with one down here. Really good-looking bunt, though, by the senior left fielder here for Leesburg, as Megan Ensign now a chance to help her own cause with a couple burrows at second and third. Richter looks in. This will be in there for a strike at 0-1. So after giving up 7 runs in the bottom of the first inning, the Burros knocking on the door here in the top of the second. The 0-1. Swung on and missed, now 0-2. Bottom of the lineup as Megan Potasic is due up next. Then it reverts back to Peyton Quam, who started things off with a single and then able to come in and score as well for the Burros. The 0-2 will miss low for a ball, now at 1-2. For Central Cass in the bottom of the second inning, 2, 3, 4 batters going up against Megan Ensign. Corey Erickson said we might throw a couple freshman pitchers out there as well in this game to get them some varsity experience. The 1-2 pitch, and Richter gets her second strikeout. Out number 2 here of the second. Morgan Potasic, the second baseman sophomore, is taking a look at forward to next season. Tori Richter will not be here, as she will be a senior and graduating in a couple of weeks. And the same thing then for the Burros and their ace in Serena Closey. So both programs will have to find a different pitcher to kind of take over the main role there. Natalie Fontaine will definitely be one of those for the Squirrels. Well, for Hillsboro-Central Valley, Megan Ensign will be one of those moving forward next season for the Burros. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed, now 1-1. Peyton Quam would love a chance here, potentially with bases loaded or even an RBI variety here for Potasic to come up to the plate. The 1-1. This will be in the dirt. Good job blocked by Wixo, now 2-1. Final game for the seniors for Central Cass to play on this particular field, as everything will go to Kindred then Minot following that. The 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 runners on and 2 outs here in the top of the second. Deuces Wild from Cass Field. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Richter gets back-to-back strikeouts to retire the side and strand a couple of Burro runners in the process in scoring position. There were no runs off of no hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. An inning and a half complete. It's 7-1 in favor of the Squirrels.
Our Savior's Lutheran Church in Hillsboro, North Dakota invites you to experience the love of God. Our Savior supports all youth with academics, athletics, music, art, dance, and drama, and offer meaningful opportunities for people of all ages. Join us for worship at 8:30 or 10:30 each Sunday morning, in person or watch on television, HTC Channel 34, or online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or at oslchillsboro.com.
You can trust Paul's Hometown Repair for professional service on your vehicles, cars, vans, pickups. Bring them in to Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro. Whether it's light work such as oil changes and tune-ups, or more serious matters including transmission work and engine overhauls, they'll get the work done for you at Paul's Hometown Repair. They'll get your vehicle back on its wheels, running like new. Call 436-4676 to schedule your vehicle for service at Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro.
Bottom of the second inning, we go on our Bank North scoreboard as they offer the perfect sync for your busy life with their online banking and mobile app. You can take them wherever you go, and they can handle your banking requests anytime for all of your accounts. It's values-based banking without ever slowing down. Visit ibanknorth.com. As this will miss for a ball to Grace Fletchock. Run scored was hit by a pitch back in the bottom of the first inning. Megan Ensign still here in the circle for her second inning of work for the Burros. This one foul back to the screen at 1-1. Might see a little bit later on potentially Chenault here, a freshman, and also Willison, a freshman here potentially a little bit later on, talking with Corey Erickson, saying, maybe give Ensign a couple innings of work, then throw a freshman out there, get them some varsity experience against a quality lineup and opponent that they're going to see for years to come here in Region 1 softball. 2 balls, 1 strike on the way here to Fletchock, the junior shortstop for the Central Cass Squirrels, as this is hit up the third base line, but foul at 2-2. So Fletchock, Prochnow, and Severson here for Central Cass. They were able to get out early and often here for the Squirrels. Something they've done a lot of in the last decade here, not just in this region, but in Class B softball. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the way to Fletchock. Well, playing 5 to 10 feet in at third is Weiss. This one will miss for a ball, so a good at-bat on the way here for Fletchock. She'll get her second free pass of the game, and now there'll be a runner at first base to lead things off for the Squirrels. And just like the Burros, the Squirrels, the back-to-back innings here with their leadoff runner to get on base. Mickey Prochnow, the senior first baseman, will come up to the plate. This one's going to be hit on the ground. Kittleson goes across the diamond. That's going to be by DuBois at first. Going to third base will be Fletchock. That'll be on the air. So an E6, good job by Kittleson, but by the time she threw the one hopper to DuBois, just couldn't quite stretch out far enough to make it. So Prochnow in scoring position. Fletchock is at third. And that'll be first error of this inning here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. As Severson with a triple so far today with a run scored and 2 runs driven in, takes for a ball at 1-0. At second is Prochnow. Fletchock again at third. 1 ball, no strikes on the way to Megan Ensign. Infield playing in for the Burros, trying to cut that runoff at home. Severson takes one out of the zone, now 2-0. It's one thing for the Squirrels. They have experience, but also a squad that just finds a way to pass the baton when needed at the plate. 2-0 pitch. That'll run in. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Ensign does have a free base to work with, but then you have the ever-dangerous Katie Sinner in the on-deck circle. The 3-0. That'll be a 4-pitch walk here for Severson. 3rd walk for Ensign ends the circle, and the bases are loaded for Katie Sinner. A double with a run scored and a run driven in so far here for Sinner. The Squirrels looking to get their first run of this half inning after scoring 7 in the bottom of the first. Megan Ensign right now looking to get ahead here on Sinner. This one will go behind Sinner, but really good job by Quam, able to get enough of that on the bounce in her glove to keep it close. But 5 straight balls now thrown by Ensign, as she will look to find the strike zone here with Sinner. Double with a run batted in and a run scored. The 1-0 miss outside for a ball at 2-0. A walk with Fletchock. Prochnow hit one to Kittleson at shortstop. She reached base on the throw-in here. Then a Severson walk has loaded the bases up with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Sinner, a batter's count. She smokes one up the third base line, but by about a half of a foot. Misses what would be a run, if not a 2 RBI hit. Instead, it's a loud strike. Outfield really playing more the lines. The gaps with Kritzberger and straightaway center are open. The 2-1. This will run back all the way to the backstop. Coming in, sliding in safely from third is Fletchock. It's now 8-1 in favor of the Squirrels. Prochnow goes to third. Severson to second. It's now a 3-ball, 1-strike count on the way. After Fletchock comes in to score on the wild pitch. The 3-1. Sinner smokes one up the third baseline. This one is fair. Prochnow comes in to score. Severson's on her way. Katie Sinner with back-to-back RBI doubles. This one, though, a 2 RBI variety. It's now 10-1 Central Cass. So Sinner with back-to-back doubles here as Prochnow again will come in to score. The same for Severson. And for Katie Sinner, she has her second hit of the game here in this one. As we'll have a new pitcher. We'll let you know who that's going to be when we return next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on Your Live Event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground, going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to YourLiveEvent.com.
New Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans are here. In the Hillsboro area, contact Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877. These new Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans feature exclusive genetics and high-demand trait platforms like Enlist E3 soybeans and XtendFlex soybeans. Golden Harvest Seeds. Talk with your area representative, Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877 for Golden Harvest Seed.
Katie Sinner is on the hook for Megan Ensign, who goes an inning today, as this will miss for a ball now to Aspen Preen, as Chenault will come on and pitch now for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Ensign will go to second, and Potasic will come out of the game here for HCV. So 7 runs in the first, so far 3 runs in the second. Tag to Ensign. This one will miss for a ball now at 2-0. The Squirrels looking just to, this is their only game of the week, so trying to come through this lineup and get healthy, number 1 and number 2, be about as crisp as you can going to Saturday's opening round of the Region 1 softball tournament, as that's in there for a strike. Take a look at last year's tournament. Central Cass was the 1 seed. They lost to 4-seeded Hankinson Co-op after the Pirates defeated the Burros in that first game of the tournament. Now it's 3-1. Last year, Kindred Richland was the 2 and Northern Cass the 3. And the first game of the day on Saturday gets underway at 10 o'clock in the morning. The Squirrels will play at 2, and the Burros will play at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Now at 3-2. Megan Ensign, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts against her. And then the hits as well, nearing double digits. The 3-2, this one going to be hit up the third base line, and Aspen Preen, the freshman designated player, continues to battle here at 3-2. So a freshman versus a freshman here for the Burros and the Squirrels. Whitney Mitchell on the on-deck circle for Central Cass. Center at second base, the 3-2 pitch for Chenault. That'll miss outside and a walk. As you'll have now the Squirrels with Whitney Mitchell stepping up to the plate. A triple with 2 runs coming in. Runners at first and second for Central Cass. The pitch. This one's going to be a jab shot. The catcher, Quam, able to come out on that 1-1 pitch, and Mitchell is retired for the first out here at the bottom of the second inning. Paige Wixo struck out swinging her last time up. That was against Ensign. So Chenault again with the first out here. And the pitch. This one will miss up for a ball at 1-0. The Burros will send the top of their lineup with Quam, Kittleson, and Closey, 1, 2, and 3 batters due up in the top of the third. For Central Cass, Wixo works to end the count at 1-0. Now at 2-0. batter number 7 here in this bottom of the second inning. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here on our Bank North scoreboard. Center still at second, Preen at first. The 2-0. That'll miss for a ball now at 3-0. Gittleson with some words of encouragement. She comes into the circle here with Chenault. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. And the pitch. Swung on and miss. Now at 3-1. Burrows with 1 run in the first. Stranded runners at second and third in the second. The Squirrels with 7 runs across in the bottom of the first, and so far with 3 here in the bottom of the second for Central Cass. The 3-1. This one is hit up the first base line, but foul now at 3-2. Last season here at Costfield, they held the Shields Softball All-Star Series the first couple of days in June. That'll happen again this year, that Monday and Tuesday of the 5th and 6th in June. As this will miss outside for a ball. It's the second walk for Chenault. Bases are full of Squirrels. Center at third, Preen at second, Wixo at first base. And then you're going to have Camry Nelson stepping up to the plate. But for the Shields Softball All-Star Series on that Monday the 5th will be at West Fargo Cheyenne this season instead of in Castleton. Then the 6th will be in Bismarck. We'll have those for you here on your live event. This one's fouled back to the chain netting, and that will be 0-1. Also, we'll have the Optimist Volleyball Series on the 12th and the 13th of June. Partner with 3 Borders for the Shrine Bowl, and then the Lions All-Star Basketball Series in July. So I'll put these seniors for their final game across the state on a good note. That's hit on a rope to left field in front of Leesburg. 1 run coming in, the second run coming in around to score is Sinner and Preen, and it's a 2 RBI single here for Camry Nelson. Wixo at second base. It's 12-1 now in favor of Central Cass. So 11 runs will be charged against Ensign, and the book is done on her. That 1 run that came in to score on the second was Preen. That'll be charged against Chenault. And now you go back to the top of the lineup here with Tori Richter. Richter swung on and missed. Now 0-1. Third time through here for the Central Cass Squirrels. 12 runs so far across, double digits in hits. They've taken 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. The 0-1 offering from Chenault. This one's going to be jammed. We'll see if there's enough room for Quam, as she has about 5 feet of real estate. She needed more. And it'll be 0-2. Quam with a full head of steam there into the fence. Looks to be all right. Runner at second base again is Paige Wixo. Camry Nelson at first with Richter behind the count here. Chenault's looking for out number 2 of the second inning. This one is hitting the air. That's going to be in front of the left fielder. Dropping in there in front of Leesburg. Coming around to score is going to be Wixo. It's now 13-1 in favor of Central Cass. Tori Richter 3 times up, and has 3 singles. And now 2 runs driven in as Wixo comes in to score. Nelson at second base, and Grace Fletchock will step up to the plate. As the Central Cass Squirrels has Fletchock really taken over that shortstop role here this season for Central Cass, as this one is blocked in the dirt. Second time through the order here for Central Cass in this second inning alone. Third time overall, second time though here in the half inning. Fletchock with a walk and a hit by pitch with 2 runs scored so far today. This will miss out of the zone now at 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here as Chenault just trying to find the zone right now for Hillsboro-Central Valley. A 2-0 pitch. This one will miss for a ball now at 3-0. Prochnow due up next, and then you'll have Taylor Severson after that here for the Squirrels. Gorgeous day here in Castleton, though, for high school softball. The 3-0, that'll be in the dirt 4-pitch walk, and runners will move up 60 feet. Nelson to third, Richter to second, and Fletchock now at first base. As you have Kittleson to come on and talk with Chenault right now and give her a calming collective breath. Currently 80 degrees right now here in Castleton. A far cry of what these two teams played in Hillsboro when it was about 35 to 40 degrees, and there was some sleet and almost looked like snow coming down in Hillsboro just a few short weeks ago. So bases loaded with Mickey Prochnow with a double and an error so far. She's reached base. 2 runs to score and a run driven in. As this one is going to hit the batter, and that'll bring everybody up 60 feet. And now it's 14-1 in favor of Central Cass. So Nelson comes in to score. Tori Richter goes to third. Fletchock to second. And Prochnow on the hit by pitch will take first base. It's going to be the 4th free pass by Chenault so far here with a Central Cass batter. As Taylor Severson takes for a ball. A triple with a walk. 2 runs driven in and 2 runs scored so far here for Severson. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one is hit high in the air up the first base line. And out of play, Onus was giving a good chase down the right field line. We'll make it at 1-1. Batter number 12 here of the inning for Central Cass. Started off against Ensign, then Chenault came on for relief. The 1-1. This will miss for a ball at 2-1. Richter at third base, Fletchock at second, and Mickey Prochnow at first here for the Central Cass Squirrels. The 2-1 pitch. That will miss for a ball, now at 3-1. Region 2 baseball tournament gets underway at Mayville State. The Burros will be taking part of that on the baseball side. The Squirrels will be taking part of the Region 1 baseball tournament. That'll be in Enderlin on Thursday and Saturday. This one will run it all the way to the backstop. Everybody's going to move up on the walk. It's now 15-1 in favor of Central Cass as they plated 8 runs across here in the second. So Richter comes to score. Fletchock to third. Prochnow now at second base, and Taylor Severson stands at first. As you have Katie Sinner to the plate. This one will miss for a ball. So 1-0 here to Sinner. A couple of doubles today. 3 runs driven in. And a miss for another ball. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Chenault right now just looking to find the strike zone in relief here of Ensign. Sinner smokes one up the third base line. Fletchock will come in to score. Rounding third is going to be Prochnow as well. It's a 2 RBI double here for Katie Sinner with runs driven in 4 and 5 of the Monday afternoon. And it's now 17-1 in favor of Central Cass. So Prochnow able to come in. Severson goes to third and Sinner at second base. We'll have a new pitcher. We'll let you know who it is next on our Bank North scoreboard here on your live event.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota-Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Bottom of the second inning, as you'll have Willison. Evelyn, the freshman, will come up here as this one is fouled for a strike, now at 0-1. For Chenault, the only batter she was able to record out was Mitchell on the pop out to Quam, but other than that, a lot of walks in the particular half inning that she came on in relief, as this will miss for a ball, now at 1-1 strike. With runners at second and third, Chenault is on the hook for them. 10 runs against Ensign, so far 7 with Chenault, and now you have Willison stepping into the circle. As this will miss and being busy behind the plate so far is Quam at 17-1. On those games, though, for Corey Erickson and for Scott Costier, not to say it's an exhibition game, but how it kind of works at the end of the day, whether the Burros won by 10 or lost by 10, they're still going to be the 2 seed entering the Region 1 softball tournament. It's the same for the Burros as well, or the Squirrels as well, where they won or lost. They were going to be the number 1 overall seed. For Scott Koss, with this being their only game of the week until Saturday and Senior Day, going with his normal lineup for the Burros. Going with their pretty normal lineup, just the big difference was their catcher or their pitcher in Serena Closey, the designated player, instead of being the player in the circle, who's had a really nice senior season for Corey Erickson and the Burros this year. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Preen. That'll miss for a ball and another walk. So bases loaded now for the Central Cass Squirrels as Whitney Mitchell will step up. Mitchell so far today 1 of 2 with a triple. Popped out her last time up for the second baseman. Bases full of Central Cass Squirrels, 17-1. Swung on and missed. For the Squirrels, 8 batters to the plate. Then you add another 6 with that, now 7. So 15 batters here in this second inning to the plate for Central Cass as Mitchell hits this one up the third base line. Foul, now 0-2. At third base, you have Severson. At second is center. At first is Aspen Preen. No balls, 2 strikes. Here is Willison looking for out number 2 of the second inning. Here's the 0-2 offering. This will run in. Does it hit her? No, it does not. Or it will hit her. So coming in will be Mitchell. She'll get the run driven in. That'll be her third. Severson to score. Center to third, and Aspen Preen takes second base. Run charge will be to Chenault. And she'll have one more against her here at third if Center does come in to score. As Wixo, with a walk, with a run scored and a strikeout, will take a strike. Camry Nelson, then it goes back to the leadoff batter here with Richter. The pitch, that'll miss for a ball, now at 1-1. Contest that got underway 50 minutes ago here at Coss Field in Castleton. 18-1 in favor of Central Cass. This one will go all the way to the backstop as Sinner will slide in safely to make it 19-1 Squirrels. So Sinner comes in for her third run of the game. Preen to third base, and now Mitchell at second. 2 balls, 1 strike on the way to Wixo. Willison, the pitch. This will go all the way to the backstop as Aspen Preen going to slide in safe. Good job by Peyton Quam and Chenault to cover. Aspen Preen was just quick enough to slide underneath that tag and beat it by about a half a foot at home. As now it's 20-1 in favor of the Squirrels. So Preen with her third run scored. Mitchell at third base, and it's the 3-1 pitch. That'll miss for a ball, and Wixo is on board for her second time here of the inning. As we'll have a courtesy runner coming on here for Central Cass at first. Looks to be Olivia Haugen. As you'll have Camry Nelson coming up. First pitch, this one is going to be popped up and right on top of us with Camry Nelson now at 0-1. So again, Haugen at first base here is the courtesy runner. Still at third is Mitchell. Camry Nelson with a single run scored in the second with 2 runs driven in earlier here in the inning that is. The 0-1 pitch. Missing. Haugen goes to second base here for the Squirrels. Now runners in scoring position. 1 ball and 1 strike to Camry Nelson. Here's the 1-1 offering from Willison. The pitch. And that'll run in and be a strike now at 1-2. One ball, 2 strike, 1 out with runners in scoring position for the senior here on senior day with Camry Nelson. The 1-2 offering swung on and missed, and Willison gets her first strikeout in relief. We go back to the top of the order here to Tori Richter. Batter number 18 here for Central Cass in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch. That'll miss for a ball. Now 1-0. Richter today, 3 times up, 3 singles, with a couple of runs scored and 2 runs driven in so far here for Richter. Here's the 1-0 offering. That'll miss for a ball at 2-0. Take a look at Central Cass so far with wins over Northern Cass, Thompson, Enderlin, Kindred Richland twice. Defeated the Burros 11-3 the last time they played. This one's going to be popped up and playable. Du Bois will come in and qualm, but that one just out of play. Wins over Mayport, CG, Hankinson Co-op, and Bismarck High. Their losses to Class A competition this year with Dickinson, Jamestown, and Minot all coming out in the Queen City and Dickinson earlier this season. Here's the 2-1. This one is hit to right field to Onis, who's there to track it down to retire the side, but not before the Central Cass Squirrels plate 13 runs across here in the bottom of this second inning. We go to the top of the third with a new score on our Bank North scoreboard. It's 20-1 Squirrels on your live event.
Just in, this is a new trade, Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9, North Ada. 2014 Versatile DT 550. Has 1,700 hours, 6 remotes, 36-inch tracks, priced at $340,000. This DT 550 Versatile now available to help with spring work. Talk to Chuck O'Neill and get the best deal from Ziegler Ag Equipment. 218-784-2961. Call now. 218-784-2961.
As spring arrives, so does allergy season. Stop at Hillsboro Drug for all your allergy medications, along with over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items, and more. Don't forget, you can now text Hillsboro Drug anytime for your prescription refills, 701-636-5231. Remember, Hillsboro Drug also offers mail-out service and free delivery in Hillsboro and Halstead. Be sure to check out the gift section with new spring items, too. Your full-service pharmacy is Hillsboro Drug.
As we go to the top of the third inning, the Central Cass Squirrels lead 20-1 over the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, thanks in part to 13 runs in the bottom of the second inning. A single by Richter, a double by Sinner, a single by Nelson, a single by Richter again, and then a double one more time by Sinner. So 5 hits across. There was an error with Mickey Prochnow getting the board on the shortstop with Kittleson, and then they did leave 2 in the bottom of the second. As this will miss for a ball here to Peyton Quam. Quam, Kittleson, and Closely the top of the lineup due up here for Hillsboro-Central Valley in their white pinstripes here today with the blue pants and tops with Burrows across the front. HCV in the back with the white lettering as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Squirrels in their traditional red tops. The Squirrels across the front in black with the black numerals and the black pants. The pitch. This will miss, or excuse me, that'll be in there for a strike at 2-2. Richter today, 2 innings, 1 hit against with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. 2-2 pitch going to be hit on the ground right to center. Center goes 5-3 to Prochnow covering at first, and 1 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. The Squirrels, team that's been able to really be the team to beat, if you will, not just in Region 1, but in the state and Class B softball. First pitch swinging, this one hit high in the air, and Wixo sees this one go out of play with Kittleson. Now 0-1. Kaylee, the sophomore shortstop here. And she's got a bright future in front of her for Coach Corey Erickson and the Burros. The 0-1 pitch. This one going to be fouled back again, now 0-2. In the infield here for Central Cass, center again at third with Fletchock at short. Mitchell at second with Prochnow at first and Wixo behind the plate. Here's the 0-2 offering. This one will hit Kittleson, and we'll do it all over again at no balls and 2 strikes. Central Cass defeating Kinder Richland in the state softball title a season ago. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt now at 1-2. Made state every year since 2012 here for Central Cass. It'll now be 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here for Kittleson, who's battling with Richter. The 2-2. This one. And again, a good at-bat coming up here for Central Cass. Tori Richter looking for her 3rd strikeout of 4 Borough batters here from the 2nd to the 3rd. A 2, and that'll miss. And it'll be now 3-2. Kittleson thought that one might have been ball 4. Instead, we'll work the count full at 3-2. 1 walk against Richter. The 3-2 pitch. Best at bat of the day here for Hillsboro-Central Valley have been with Closey, who's on the on-deck circle. She was able to drive in the run, driven in, was retired 3 unassisted to Prochnow. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and Richter gets her 4th strikeout of the evening. Out number 2 here in the 3rd. Richter looking for her first 3 up and 3 down. The Burros had a leadoff runner in the 1st and the 2nd. Peyton Quam grounded out, a strikeout looking now Closey. This one will miss for a ball at 1-0. Serena Closey, the designated player, definitely putting herself in contention to be an all-region caliber kind of player this season. Center does a good job blocking. That one goes across, keeps her balance, and 2 pitches and an out here. 3 up, 3 down for Richter and the Burros here in the top of the 3rd inning. We go to the bottom of the 3rd on our Bank North scoreboard. It's the Squirrels coming to the plate.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Bottom of the third inning here on our Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass leads it over Hillsboro-Central Valley 20-1. For those of you that are just joining us, the Burros did take the first run of the game back in the top of the first inning with an RBI by Serena Closey, but since then it's been all Central Cass. 7 runs in the first, and now 13 runs in the second, as they will have Grace Fletchock coming to the plate here to start things off in the bottom of the third inning. 4th time through the lineup for the Central Cass Squirrels. Fletchock, Prochnow, and Severson, as they've been able to get out in front and climb away here against the Burros here in this contest. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one is hit high in the air. That's down the left field line, and just running out of some room is Leesburg and Weiss. These games, talking with Corey Erickson too, said, yeah, this is a game that will count on our record in our region, even though we know we're the 2 seed. The games this week, though, will have impacts in terms of how the state tournament field will look like, barring on who makes it to state coming up in Minot a little bit later on. Here's the 0-2. Also missed to the backstop now. 1-2 as they seed the top 5. Taking a look this season, you got to feel like maybe Beulah out west, with all questions with the latest coaches poll. They were the 1, Central Cass the 2. Kinder Richland was in the top 5, and Hillsboro-Central Valley was right there as well. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This will miss. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Up in Region 2 this season, it's Mayport, CG, Thompson, your typical teams in Grafton. Kind of those 3 more than likely would have a chance to make their way to Minot. Here's the 2-2 offering to Fletchock, who has walked every time, and this one will be a 1-hopper. That'll be a tough play there for Kittleson as Weiss kind of got out in front of her, and then Kittleson was trying to barehand it after it took a little bit of a bounce here on the turf. And Fletchock the infield single on that one. Weiss kind of again cut in front of Kittleson on that particular play, and then trying to barehand it. There was Kittleson as Prochnow will come up to the plate. This one will run in for a ball. Now 1-0 to Mickey. But again, out west, the Beulah Miners kind of the team to beat, if you will, this season. Here's the 1-0 pitch. I'll miss for a ball. And be in there for a strike, at 1-1. But out west, Beulah, Renville County, Des Lacs, Burlington, Bottineau so far with 11 wins this season. High fly ball deep to center field. Kritzberger goes back, has some room in front of her. That'll be allowed out with Prochnow on the fly ball. And there will be 1 down now with a runner at first base as Taylor Severson will step in with 2 walks and a triple. A couple runs scored here today. Region 4, Beulah, again the team to beat, and Central McLean, Velvet Drake, Anamoose, a squad that was able to make it to the state tournament last season, and Wilton and Wing, that's your top 4 in Region 4. And then Region 3, Renville County, Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis and Clark, Bottineau, and Ray, the teams that have kind of withstood themselves from the pack so far in Region 3. And Region 2, as we mentioned, Mayport, CG, Thompson, Grafton, and Langdon right now at 6-3, 10 wins on the season here for Langdon area Edmore Munich. So 2 balls, 1 strike on the way here to Severson as Willison looking for out number 2 of the third, as this will miss. Now 3-1. Runner at first base again is Fletchock. The pitch, this will foul back to the chain link fence. And we'll have the count again at 3-1 here to Taylor Severson. The Squirrels looking to play to run across in every inning so far. They can score here in the bottom of the third. The 3-1, that'll miss low, and Severson takes her 3rd walk of the evening. Fletchock now in scoring position. as Katie Sinner has a double after double after double today. 5 runs driven in with 3 runs scored and 3 hits, and she's hit a couple right down that third baseline as Weiss is trying to take away the third baseline here. This will miss for a ball now at 1-0. The left side of the infield playing center to pole as you have Kittleson about 20 feet away from third and 40 feet away from second at short. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss for a ball at 2-0. And then from there, Aspen Preen is due up next. Willison looks in at the 2-0 offering. Sinner swung on and missed. Now 2-1. The Central Cass Squirrels, really good team effort so far, top to bottom here today, as everybody who's came to the plate has found a way to get on base. 2-1, swung on, now 2-2. Everybody has scored as well in the starting lineup here for Scott Koss and the Central Cass Squirrels. 2-2 pitch with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Swung on and missed, and out number 2. So Willison threw a little bit out of the zone. Center went with that one. Now 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning. Aspen Preen with 2 walks, a single, has scored all 3 times. And she's reached base here today and has a stolen base as well here for the freshman. That'll miss outside for a ball at 1-0. Runner at first base is Severson. Fletchock again at second. Here comes the 1-0 offering. Foul. Now 1-1. About a week and a half ago, talking with Scott Koss before our game, said, Aspen Preen, even though she's a freshman, she just continues to attack the zone, have a good barrel to the bat, and finding ways to move up the lineup throughout the season here. The 1-1 is going to be in the dirt, blocked here by Quam, now 2-1. Has allowed her as a freshman in that designated player role to be a valuable piece here for Scott Koss and Central Cass here this season, batting 6th in the lineup for the Squirrels. Here's the 2-1 offering on the way to from Willison. That'll be almost to the backstop. Good job again by Quam. Now 3-1. Leesburg in left, Kritzberger in center, and Onis in right here for the Burros, with the boys at first. Ensign now playing second. Kittleson at short, and Weiss at third base. The 3-1 pitch to Aspen Preen. That'll be a 5-pitch walk on the way for Aspen. And bases now are loaded for the Squirrels. Fletchock to third, Severson to second, as Whitney Mitchell will step up to the plate. Mitchell, 1 of 2 today with a hit by pitch. A triple back in the first with a run scored as well. A couple runs driven in for Mitchell. As right now there's nowhere to put the second baseman here. As you have Willison looking into Quam, and the pitch. This one will come and hit her. So the Squirrels played a run here in the bottom of the third inning. Fletchock will come in to score. Severson to third. Aspen Preen to second. And now Whitney Mitchell, for the second consecutive time, was hit by a pitch. Paige Wixo will step up to the plate, as Mitchell right now will have the run driven in as well. Fletchock with her 4th run scored today here for Central Cass. I'll see if we get a new pitcher coming up here for Central Cass with where we are in this game in the top of the 4th inning. Paige Wixo, batter number 7 at the plate here in the bottom of the 3rd for Central Cass. This will run in and nearly hit her. Wixo with a couple of walks so far today and a run scored. looking to deliver a run here in the third inning. The 1-0 offering from Willison. That'll run in, miss for a ball now at 2-0. Central Cass with this result, as it continues to hold, would get to 10-0 in the region, 13-3 on the season. The Burros would drop to 6-3 in Region 1 play. The 2-0 pitch, fouled off by Wixo. Now will be 2-1. Camry Nelson due up next here for the Squirrels. So leadoff single by Fletchock, and Prochnow flew out to Kritzberger. A walk with Severson, strikeout of Sinner. Aspen Preen with a walk, then a hit by pitch by Mitchell. Has allowed Wixo to come up to the plate with bases full of Squirrels. The 2-1. That'll miss. Now 3-1. Region 1 softball tournament begins Saturday in Kindred. Region 1 baseball tournament outside of the playing games again. That will get underway Thursday in Enderlin. First game at noon on Thursday. Noon, 2, 4, and 6 are the scheduled games. This one, little jam shot. Able to go to first base to retire the side. 1-3 on a little line drive from Wixo. But a run does come in to score, as we have a new score on our Bank North scoreboard. It's 21-1 in favor of the Squirrels as we go to the top of the fourth inning next here on your live event.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
Trail District Health Unit is here to provide you with health and wellness services, including health education, blood sugar and hemoglobin screenings, blood pressure checks, vaccinations, free COVID home tests, vision and hearing screenings, home care visits, limited-term medical equipment, and more. Contact Trail District Health for information about childhood or adult immunizations and where you can get them. Call Trail District Health Unit at 701-636-4434. Trail District Health is here to prevent, promote, and protect.
Top of the fourth inning, we go. Ellie Weiss, Danielle Du Bois, and Kritzberger due up here for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. And coached by Corey Erickson here. She takes a strike, popped out her last time up in the first inning to retire the side. That was to Mitchell at second base. Richter on for her fourth inning of work. This one will run in for a ball now at 1-1. With this current result, we're going to play 5, it looks like, here today here in Central Cass. And 10 runs after 4.5 or 5, but Mercy Rule was prior to that with 2.5. But both coaches saying let's continue to play on here. Now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Richter looking for her 5th strikeout. The pitch swung on and miss, and Tori gets her 5th strikeout. I'm going to look back. She was able to strike out 4 of the last 6 Burrow batters. Last batter to reach base with a walk was Kritzberger. 7 retired in a row here as Richter goes into Danielle Du Bois. That one is in there for a strike now at 0-1. As the Burros will look to get something brewing here with 1 out now in the top of the first inning against Tori Richter. So a miss for a ball at 1 ball and 1 strike. Senior day here again for Central Cass. Tori Richter, an all-stater. In 2022, you have Michaela or Mickey Prochnow, Michaela Hoffmeyer, Taylor Severson, part of the senior class here. The 1-1. This one going to be hit up the first base line, and I'll go foul at 1-2. Also you have Stahl, Nelson, Kemple. Here for the Central Cass Squirrels, and center as well. Another all-state selection from a year ago for Central Cass and Scott Cost. The 1-2 offering. Check swing, did she go? They're going to appeal. Yes, she did. Tori Richter with her 6th strikeout. back-to-back Ks now for Richter. Scott said this is one of the bigger senior classes that he's had in this program, with 8 of them that have made their way through and been part of region championships, state championships on top of it, and a lot of wins throughout their campaign. As this will be in there for a strike now at 0-1. Richter looking for her second 1-2-3 inning here against the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. The 0-1 pitch out of the zone now at 1-1. Regular season for some wraps up today, for others tomorrow in softball, baseball. Everything gets going on Thursday again in Enderlin for the Region 1 baseball tournament. The 1-1 will miss low at 2-1 for Region 2 baseball. Some teams continue to play through today and tomorrow. The Burros have a non-region game with Park River area coming up on Thursday here on your live event. 2-1 will be in there for a strike now at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Richter looking to retire the side here via the strikeout in the 4th. And the pitch. And she does so. Tori Richter strikes out the side here in the 4th inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning on our Bank North scoreboard. It's 21-1 in favor of the Squirrels. Central Cass coming to the plate.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Bottom of the 4th inning here in here in Castleton, between Hillsboro-Central Valley, the Burros, and the Central Cass Squirrels. As for Scott Koss right now, we're going to get some new players coming up to the plate here. And this looks to be McKenna Hoffmeyer, the senior, will be coming on. Hitting in for Camry Nelson. For Scott Koss here in the bottom of the 4th inning, giving some of his seniors and some of the players who might not get an everyday chance to start an opportunity. As this one is swung on and missed for a strike, as Willison so far has got an inning and 2/3 in the circle for Hillsboro-Central Valley. The 0-1 will miss for a ball now at 1-1. That'll be in there for a strike at 0-2. So Ensign started things off. Chenault and then Willison here for HCV. Kind of exactly what Corey Erickson said. You'll probably see 3 pitchers today against the Squirrels in some capacity. The 0-2 fouled back to the netting. And we'll have another pinch hitter coming up for Central Cass. Looks to be Stahl on the on-deck circle right now for the Squirrels. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way from Willison. Swung on and missed, and Willison gets the strikeout. That's going to be her 3rd in relief. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. As again, another pinch hitter will be coming on for Central Cass. As this will be with Stahl coming up to the plate. And then from there, Sarah Kempel is due up next for the Squirrels. So it's on senior day again, getting some of these seniors in their last chance, having an opportunity to play here on their home turf. As the pitch from Willison misses for a ball, now 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And a game that the Squirrels jumped out early for those of you that are just joining us. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike at 1-1. 7 runs in the first, and again, 13 runs in the second for the Squirrels. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Check swing. I'll say yes, she did go through the zone now at 1-2. So Stahl falls behind the count like Hoffmeyer did. Willison looking for back-to-back punch-outs. Gone 2 innings so far for the Burros. The 1-2 offering on the way. This one going to be a little 3-hopper to the pitcher and able to go 1-3 on the put-out and the second out. So Willison there does a good job feeling her position. Du Bois with the stretch. And now coming up to the plate is Sarah Kempel. Another senior here for Scott Kost and the Squirrels. And then from there, you'll have another pinch runner, and Lauren Glennon is the on-deck batter. If Kempel can get aboard, this one going to be hit up the third base line, and that'll be a foul ball. So Kempel here for the Squirrels. We're going to get a little 2-out rally going here for Central Cass and continue to line that moves down and a couple more batters to the plate here for Scott Kost and the Squirrels. Here's the 0-1 offering from Willison. That'll miss out of the zone. Good eye there by Kempel. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. On Friday, be busy here in Castleton as well with the Southeast Track and Field Meet, hosted by Central Cass. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Now 1-2. Very busy week again. Kind of is that feeling of February and March where you have tournaments coinciding with one each other over a handful of days. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Kempel. That'll miss for a ball at 2-2, and then you just hope that Mother Nature, which, knock on wood, looks to be pretty good for this week, all things considered after last year's Region 1 baseball tournament. Went from Kindred to Enderlin, from Enderlin then to Central Cass over 5 days, 3 different locations. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Kempel does a good job leaving that one on the zone now, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes here on the way to Kempel. As Sarah does a good job working the count full against Willison. Here's the 3-2. This one going to be a foul ball, and we'll do it all over again. Well, Sarah right now will step back into the plate with a full count upcoming, as Willison is looking for her second strikeout of the inning in the first 1-2-3 against the Squirrels. And she gets it to retire this side. 3 up, 3 down as we go to the top of the 5th. It's 21-1 in favor of Central Cass.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
The Halstead Living Center, Heritage House in Halstead, and the Normandy in Twin Valley present an atmosphere that is calm and comfortable. Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, they offer a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care, including senior living with services, skilled nursing care, rehabilitation care, respite, hospice, or adult daycare. Get more information by going to halsteadlivingcenter.com or call 218-456-2105.
This is Bailey Scott, a senior at Fargo Davies High School and the 2022-23 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Educational athletics, including games like this one, teach a lifetime value such as respect for your opponents, coaches, officials, and classmates. There are few better places than athletic competition to demonstrate respect for others. By your demonstration of respect for those participating and watching today, you underscore that the most important part of high school competition is the people involved and not the game itself. A public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
Whitney Mitchell now pitching here for Central Cass, going up against the bottom of the lineup in Leesburg, Ensign, and Patassic. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Richter, 4 innings of work, just 1 hit against her. This one will miss for a ball. Now 2-1, 1 run after a single by Quam and error by Severson just on the couple of a hops there to allow her to get to second. And then the run driven in with Closey. 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. Tori Richter looking for another W. The Burros down to their final 3 outs here in this contest. Leesburg, Ensign, and again Patassic. Mitchell goes from second to the pitcher circle as this is a grounder. Good job there, center to Proc now. Mickey able to dig that one off the turf. 5-3 on the putout and 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning on our Bank North scoreboard. With Megan Ensign and Patassic, Richter goes from the pitcher circle to second base. The pitch, first pitch swinging, now 0-1. Story Richter has retired 10 consecutive Burro batters. The pitch with Mitchell, now with the ground out there. So between the two of them, Richter would finish with 9 straight. And in Mitchell with a nice grounder to center. And she'll look to continue that streak going here in the 5th. The pitch by Mitchell. Swung on and missed. Now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 5th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Mitchell gets the strikeout. The 8th strikeout for the Central Cass pitchers today. And we'll have a Willison coming up to the plate here. Evelyn for the Burros. So Williston with the Burros down to their final out. Slices one up the first baseline foul. Now 0-1. So Mitchell will try to do what Tori Richter did, go 3 up, 3 down in the 3rd and 4th, and Mitchell will try to do that here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 0-1. Nice off-speed pitch by Mitchell, now at 0-2. Burros down to their final strike here of this contest. Mitchell with the 0-2 offering to Willison. Out of the zone, now 1-2. With this result, the Squirrels will go perfect in Region 1 play here this season. Their 3 losses to Class A competition. They'll improve to 13-3. The Burros would drop to 9-3 and 6-3 in Region 1. This one foul back again, and we'll keep it at 1-2. If Willison is able to get aboard, it goes back to Peyton Quam, the leadoff batter here for the Burros. The 3rd time through the lineup. The 1-2. Swung on and miss on the changeup, and that'll retire the side. So Mitchell comes in relief, gets 2 strikeouts, and that'll do it here in Castleton. Your final 21-1 in a contest that goes an hour and 30 minutes here today in Castleton. So the Central Cass Squirrels pick up the win. Tori Richter is the winning pitcher of record. Megan Ensign is the losing pitcher of record. Central Cass wins it 21-1. Coming up on our post-game show, we'll take a look at some of the final numbers, get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and more. That's all coming up on your live event.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family-owned and farmers first.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
The City of Hillsboro welcomes you to town, conveniently located halfway between Fargo and Grand Forks. Shop for your personal items, farm and business supplies at our local stores. If you're looking for a new home or a working job, check out the opportunities in Hillsboro and see what the community can offer you and your family. The City of Hillsboro congratulates the area graduates on your achievements, and they wish you all the best in your future. They hope that you'll carry pleasant memories of school days and graduation time for the rest of your life. Congratulations and best of luck, graduates, from the City of Hillsboro.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsboro location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
As we come back here on our post-game show, let's get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. In this one, go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Enbridge Energy, energy for life. Our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, well, we can give it up to the senior class without question here for Central Cass, but also Katie Sinner was able to go 3 for 4 today with 3 doubles, 3 runs scored, and 5 runs driven in. Katie Sinner and that senior class, part of our Enbridge Energy's Players of the Game. Tori Richter with 3 singles, with 3 runs scored, a couple of runs. You had another senior, Prochnow, today with 3 runs scored, with a double as well, with 2 runs driven in. Taylor Severson with a triple and 3 walks, 2 runs scored with 2 runs, a couple of runs driven in. Another senior here in this one, and Camry Nelson able to get a single with 2 runs driven in, and then Tori Richter with 4 innings of work, 7 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Those are, again, our Enbridge Energy Players of the Game in this one. Our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. That is the 13 runs scored in the second inning off of 5 hits, 1 earned, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. They took advantage of a couple of free passes in this one, but our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest is going to be the second inning when you score 13 runs in an inning. That is a ton for anyone in particular. Arctic Enterprises, as you continue to get out in the field and continue to get your work done in the spring, or as you get ready for the upcoming fall, if you see anything that needs a little bit of a tweak or anything that needs to get looked at, contact the fine folks at Arctic Enterprises in Hillsboro and Drayton. Call 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, take a look at some of the stats of this one when we return on your live event.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they work the land. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsboro.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
As they're honoring the seniors here on Senior Day. Some of those so far that they've honored here on the field are Audrey Stahl and also Sarah Kempel as they continue to come on through a little bit. Here for the Central Cass Squirrels with McKenna Hoffmeyer. They'll have three of them being valedictorians here in this one as well here on Senior Day. Some of the final numbers look like this. Megan Ensign with 1 inning of work, 9 hits against 10 runs. 11 runs against, that is, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. For Hillsboro-Central Valley, their one hit comes in with Peyton Quam with a leadoff single as she came in to score, and then Serena Closey was able to bring her in as well with the run driven in. Richter and Mitchell combined for 5 innings of work, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 strikeout, and 9 walks here. 9 strikeouts with 1 walk. For the Central Cass Squirrels, Grace Fletchock with 1 hit with a 4 runs scored. Katie Sinner with 3 hits, 3 runs scored, and 5 runs driven in. Aspen Preen with a hit with 3 runs scored as well for the Central Cass Squirrels. The Squirrels have 21 runs on 13 hits. They committed a couple of errors here in this one, 2 of them, and 5 runners left on base. For Hillsboro-Central Valley, 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. The Burros with 1 run in the first, and goose eggs after that. While for Central Cass, 7 runs in the first, 13 in the second, 1 in the third, and 0 in the fourth. Out-of-town scoreboard for you. Last we heard between Enderlin and Northern Cass. Enderlin lead Northern Cass 6-4. That was in the 3rd inning. Also an out-of-town scoreboard update for you. In Region 2 softball, Thompson takes down Mayport CG 8-2. The Tommies will be the 1 seed, and Mayport CG will be the 2 seed in the Region 2 softball tournament. We'll have that for you on yourliveevent.com. So again, that'll be the 2 seed will be the Tommies. The 1 seed will be Mayport CG, and that gets underway in Thompson on Saturday here on yourliveevent.com. As they continue to honor the seniors here for the Central Cass softball program. They have 8 of them. So far, 7 of them are on the Scott Koss field, again playing one more time as we get ready to honor all the seniors here again in Tori Richter, Mickey Prochnow, McKenna Hoffmeyer, Taylor Severson, Sarah Kempo, Camry Nelson, Audrey Stahl, and Katie Sinner. Katie Sinner here for the Central Cass Squirrels just getting honored, and then Tori Richter as well going to be getting honored here for Central Cass. is Torrey Richter heading to Mayville State coming up here to play collegiate volleyball in the fall. So there is again your 2023 senior team here for the Central Cass Squirrels and Scott Kost here in Castleton. So we'll take one more break. When we come back after this, we'll put a bow on this contest and preview what's to come on your live event throughout the remainder of this week. Again, that is your 21-1 contest. Central Cass wins it in 5 today, and that is your senior class again here in Castleton as they honor the 8 seniors here in this one. We'll take a quick break, and we'll put a bow on this one when we return on your live event.
The Halstead Living Center, Heritage House in Halstead, and the Normandy in Twin Valley present an atmosphere that is calm and comfortable. Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, they offer a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care, including senior living with services, skilled nursing care, rehabilitation care, respite, hospice, or adult daycare. Get more information by going to halsteadlivingcenter.com or call 218-456-2105.
The Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts congratulate the seniors on your success and wish you well in your future endeavor. To this year's graduating class, we encourage you to step into your future and the unique, inspiring gifts that only you can give. Congratulations from administration, staff, and other students at the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts. To all students, parents, and families of the Hillsboro and Central Valley Schools, thank you for a great year.
You can trust the pros at Hillsboro Body Shop to make your vehicle look as good as new. Cars, pickups, trucks, semis, Ben and Tyrell at Hillsboro Body Shop can do the work. And Hillsboro Body Shop is also the place to repair your windshield. Don't wait to get that pesky chip repaired. Ben and Tyrell can replace that glass the same day. Call Hillsboro Body Shop at 701-636-4981 and put Ben and Tyrell's combined 30-plus years of experience to work on your vehicle. Hillsboro Body Shop, 701-636-4981.
Again, your final 21-1 Central Cass over Hillsboro-Central Valley. The Burros dropped to 9-3 on the season. The Squirrels at 13-3. Final game for Central Cass. They will play on Saturday against the 4-5 winner of the Region 1 softball tournament. They will play just one game on Saturday. That looks to be at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon from Kindred on your live event. While for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, they play next tomorrow for senior night against the Thompson Tommies, and then they will play Thursday against Mayport CG. We will have tomorrow's game in Hillsboro at 7 o'clock here on your live event. Then they travel to Mayport CG on Thursday. The Burros partake in the Region 1 softball tournament. That's going to be at 4 o'clock on Saturday against the 3-6 winner. We know the 3 seed is Kindred Richland. So that's a look at what's coming up for these two teams here throughout the rest of the week and also on your liveevent.com. Again, Region 1 baseball tournament gets underway on Thursday, and Enderlin will have those games for you starting at noon for 4 games on Thursday, then the Regional 1 baseball and softball tournament as well on Saturday here on your live event. Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, your final from Castleton, 21-1 in favor of the Squirrels.